I have a type of cancer called multiple myeloma, and the precursor to that is something called MGUS, which I was actually diagnosed with in 2002, but I wasn't diagnosed in this trust, I was diagnosed somewhere else. And I was with that trust right up until 2012, when it then progressed to multiple myeloma and I started to need treatment. And initially I opted to stay with that service because I'd been with them for so many years and I knew all the staff, I was used to all the systems and everything. So I stayed with them for 3 years, and then it became apparent that the travelling from where I live to the other trust was just impossible, so I asked to be transferred to Hexham. So obviously I was in a slightly different position perhaps to other people, because I had had a period of 10 years between being diagnosed with MGUS and then that progressing to full-blown multiple myeloma, to actually become adjusted to the fact that I might, or there was a good chance that I might actually progress to this type of cancer. So I consider myself exceptionally lucky that A, I was diagnosed so early, and also that I had such excellent care. But when I transferred to Hexham, obviously it was a completely different set of issues and difficulties. You know, you're coming from a trust that you've been used to, you've been with them like 10, 12 years, you've got to know all the staff, you've got to know all the systems. So coming to Hexham was actually quite difficult. And, you know, you're learning, you're meeting new people, you're getting to know a whole new group of staff and the way they work, and new consultants, new doctors, all that sort of thing, which is actually really difficult, especially when you're not feeling very well, because at that time when I transferred, I was actually really quite ill. So it's quite a difficult situation, but I honestly cannot explain how wonderful everybody here was. They were kind, they were reassuring, nothing was too much trouble. You know, you could ask any question, it didn't matter what it was if you weren't sure about something. So, as I say, I think I was very, very lucky, and I think that this particular hospital and the staff here are just absolutely wonderful. They treated me marvellously, and they have done ever since. So that was my experience of actually coming into this service, and it was absolutely faultless. It was fantastic. So the best piece of advice that I can give anybody is to make sure you either have a notebook and pencil or pen with you, or that you can, you know, make notes on your phone, or whatever way is most comfortable to you. And as I said previously, no question is too silly. And the only other thing is, you know, it's perfectly normal to feel frightened, and it's perfectly normal to feel angry. And all those sorts of emotions are perfectly normal, and everybody has them. So don't worry about it. Yeah, everybody here is here to help you.